Hi, BJDAddicts. This is Lynn, responding to prompt number 2. I'm gradually trying to catch up, and it's going to take a while because there's like 20 prompts, and I'm just starting now. I'll probably skip a few. But number 2 is about fears, and my fears are all round with this guy. Because he's my limited and my dream doll, and I am terrified of something bad happening to him. The thing I hate the most is restringing him. I've restrung him actually twice now, and both times were absolutely horrifying, especially time number 1, I had friends helping me, and we had to like free people to restring, and it wasn't too bad. Time number 2 was just myself, and the strings were really, really tight. I think they were actually shorter than the first pair of strings I had, because the first time we were only tightening them, so it was my first time actually full restringing him. And it was terrifying. I was so scared of breaking him, and I think I was in tears a few times, and it took me a whole day, and my fingers were in a lot of pain by the end. I don't want to restring him again. But I know I probably will eventually have to. But it did make a big difference because he stands a lot better, and I also swayed him and everything, and now he actually stands better than he poses better than my double jointed boys. Even though he doesn't have double joints, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, unfortunately, changing his hand is actually the worst part. And I've had to change his hand several times for story purposes because he has his claw hands. And in the story, I have flashback scenes where he's still an angel and does not have the claw hands. And every time, it's not much fun changing them. I've gotten a little bit better at them, but I have chipped his resin at his wrist, and you can't see it in the video, but there is a little mark. I sanded it, but that was probably the scariest thing ever. When the first time I was restringing it and chipped, and I freaked out because I can't get him again. But yeah, I've also unfortunately gotten a few marks on him. I've mostly cleaned him, but everything, like I've taken this boy out. I'm always petrified about things happening to him, which I don't take him out as often anymore. But I figure from that, restringing any of the dolls, that's always problematic, and I said it's always very painful, especially when I'm doing it by myself, because I'm weak. I don't do face-ups, I have my friends do face-ups for me, because I just don't trust myself with that. And I guess another fear is, always a fear of your doll falling and cracking open. Luckily I've discovered I have very good reflexes, because at every doll meet I've been at, whenever there's a doll who even starts tilting, I immediately am there and I almost catch it. And it's never been my dolls, but I've caught a lot of other people's dolls. So luckily I'm not too worried about that anymore, because I seem to have very good reflexes on catching dolls. And so far, my dolls have been pretty good. I usually don't stand them. I usually just sit them because I'm not going to even try to stand them. Any other fears? I've had several dreams where my house was on fire and I only had a minute to get one doll out. Things like that, and just the horrifying thing of having anything bad happen to any of my dolls, because I love them all and I don't want to replace any of them, because, you can get some of the molds again, but they're not the same as the first doll you had. As terms as mold fear, like just, silly little fears, I do find some of the tinies a little scary, which I know seems a little silly because you're like, oh, they're so cute, but cute things tend to scare me sometimes. I'm not very much the happy little thing, and so some of the tinies I'm okay with. I actually have gotten used to a lot of them. They're not as bad anymore, I think, because a lot of people at doll mates I go to have them, and I've gotten used to them. But some of them still terrify me because I swear they're going to eat my soul. Because I actually am not a doll person. Before getting the BJDs, I was never really interested in them. And so I was kind of, I really actually weirded all my friends out that I started getting BJDs, because I think them very different. So there's some doll types that do scare me a little, and it's always a little awkward when you have someone bring one to a meet and you want to be nice and you want to say anything, but at the same time you're going, oh my god, it's staring at me, it's going to kill me. But I understand all my friends who are scared of the dolls as a result of that. I think that's about it. Really, the only fears I have with them is anything. I do a lot with my dolls. I take them out all the time. I'm not really too concerned with things, but any accidents always scare you. And I guess that's it.